Hello everybody, this is akathecoot with an Amumu jungle ranked guide, and a prime example why people like Amumu are banned almost all the time. Go over his skill set real quick. His passive is, whenever he hits someone, it reduces their magic resistance for 4 seconds, and each auto attack refreshes that. His Q is a bandage toss. It's a skill shot that stuns the enemy and pulls Amumu towards them and deals some magic damage. That is usually what I go with first. It reduces the cooldown obviously when you level it up, so that becomes really helpful when you get bandaged through the jungle. His W is called Despair. It is basically something you turn on and does a little AoE damage around you that does magic damage plus a percentage of their maximum health each second. Your E is called Tantrum. It is a move that reduces damage from you physically when it's a passive, and actively it does a small area magic damage attack towards the people that are near you. And the reason that he's banned all the time, in my opinion, other than the fact that that bandage toss is just dirty, is Curse of the Sad Mummy, which is a giant AoE like stun. It stuns absolutely everybody. So you'll see that a bunch in this video. You'll see that with every Amumu, and you'll see exactly why they ban them so quickly. So, with that being said, there's a ton of different ways to build Amumu. I prefer to build him a tanky hybrid type of character, depending on the situation, but here you can see that bandage does attack minions. But you can't hit every skill shot, so we'll get back into the jungle here and try and get some more things. See if we can't maybe scare her away again. But your items are a big deal, because Amumu he scales pretty well with his AP, but he also is a very, very consistent tank as far as how well he is with tanking throughout the game. He never really falls off with that. So the first thing I get is obviously your Hunter's Machete and 5 pots. I then immediately build into the Spirit Stone, and then I go for the Spirit of the Ancient Golem item, because it's perfect for him. 500 health, cooldown reduction. I love cooldown reduction on Amumu. Amumu was one of the first characters I ever really used, and I used to build him and max out my cooldown reduction every time I played him. So, try to get it in on little Oriana again. You can see, grab her right away. Have to flash out of there because Trundles, he's no joke. They revamped him a bunch and he can be a pain, but still, no harm, no foul right there. Lost my flash, but we can do without it. After I get the Spirit of the Ancient Golem, I immediately go for a Sunfire Cape. I mean, there is no better item that complements an AoE champion like Amumu. I mean, everything he's doing is doing damage around him in a small area, so why not add to that with the Sunfire Cape? Here you can see we catch them out a little bit, and wham! That Ash right there is caught. You can see the AoE around me. It's a different color than it would normally be when you have a regular Amumu skin, but I like my little sad robot there. But you can see right there, she's just running alongside of her. Or I'm just running alongside of her, just letting my magic damage do its thing while let the carry get a kill there. After I get that Sunfire Cape, I normally go for either the Abysmal Scepter or the Rod of Ages, just to get a little bit of bite, a little bit of magic resist, but a little bit of bite on your attack. It doesn't hurt, and situationally, you can do all sorts of things with Amumu. If you're just absolutely rolling faces, you can just go and start building pure AP and turn him into a beast. Like, he does a lot of damage. It's really funny to watch. Don't be afraid to use your bandage when you're in the jungle. Amumu without a blue is not a very fun character to play. You will find yourself mana starved throughout the entire game. So, as much as I love to give up my blue to the middle lanes, it is nice to be able to take that for yourself and be able to jungle around. Because when Amumu is fed, there's just no stopping him. So like I always say, I don't know why I'd always plug this website, but I guess it's because I use it so often. If you have any questions about the build or anything like that, you can check out LOL King. They have tons and tons of information there. And also, for those of you who don't know, you can look up characters and see how good the people you're playing against are, or the people you're playing with. So, check that out. I definitely do it a bunch. Once again, my jungle style, I like to make sure all the lanes have a little bit of help at some point, whether I'm just showing face or not, but at least go up there and make your presence known. And this game got a little funny, especially for a ranked game, because of the fact that they didn't ban Malphite or Amumu. I think we kind of forced them into picking whether they wanted Amumu or Malphite, and since Amumu gets banned so much, he's not a hard character to get because nobody, I mean, not many people can play him. He's always banned. Nobody ever learned how. I just happened to play a lot of normals when I first started this game, so I got a real good grasp on him. But nobody should be afraid to play Amumu. I mean, if you got him and he's available, volunteer to play some jungle because his skill set is very easy to use outside of the fact that that one move is a skill shot and you are a game changer. See Vayne here trying to set something up, so you know what? She's the captain of bottom lane. Why not give her a chance here? Maybe try and throw a bandage on. But that's what I get for listening to a carry. Here you can see I'm just absolutely taking damage for no reason. I don't know what I was thinking there. As of late, we've changed some of the bad habits since even this game was posted, so almost grabbed me at Lulu there. But you gotta be patient, even with a complete game changer like Amumu. You know, the game's not over till it's over. Obviously I've lost with Amumu, but we used to go Amumu Cat, and I would stun while she got her full ult off, and then it would just be silly Shunpo action. But she's since then been nerfed. But yeah, be patient with your Amumu. If you can't get kills right away, you're just going to get tankier and you're just going to get better. So there's just no reason for you to go out and try and force a situation that doesn't need to be forced. And you can see the distance on that thing is just absolutely ridiculous. There's my ult, and she does the most fail of flashes, and then I decide, you know what, I'm not letting her get away. I flash after her. Since Yuta doesn't want to do his job, I'll do it for him. Go and get me a kill, take the blue again, and try and get a good little steamroll going on here. Like I said, you can see the distance on that bandage toss is huge, and it leads to some of the best plays in the entire world. You won't get a whole lot better plays than a random bandage across the map, shooting into darkness there, and next thing you know, you got yourself a random 80 carry in your hands. Once again, no reason to play with a Malphite. We'll just sit there and hurt each other for no reason, and he wasn't bugging me, so. There, I do a little feint move. I like to, and I don't know if it works, but I'll go in and then pretend like I'm going out to go back in, to go out to go back in, to go in to go back out. If that makes sense. I mean, if you see somebody come down and, you know, you see him because of a minion or whatever, and then they see him head the other direction, you can almost guarantee that person's going to leave, so it's a nice little move to throw in there if you're a jungler. Since Yuta decides to take most of the damage from this tower, I decide that I'll focus on the objective, because that's what you should be doing anyways, and we'll get out of there. And I decide that me and Yuta are never going to be besties because he decides that since his feed is gone, he's just going to steal the jungle. But I try to help everybody out, so why not? And snatch. Trundle thought he was just going to run through the jungle, and we make him pay for it. I give him the ult business, and you can see that just stuns him for a month. He goes in, does the flash. I don't know where he's at, but I throw the bandage out anyways, and kind of just wait. And then I waste some of my own mana, leave my button on forever. And this is where things get a little rocky. I have no mana, so I can't really do much. I fail flash away, but you can see how tanky I am. I'm just tanking those dash arrows. But you can only take so many hits. And since my team didn't want to fold down, we had Rise up top and Yuta pushed middle, so it worked out alright. I think we traded tower for a tower here. But, like I said, can't force things. And you can see real quick there, if you watch it fast forward, I got about 90 different item sets I try to use with Amumu. Like I said, I used to play him a ton. But you'll hear me and Loki talk about it a million times, especially recently because we're on like I think he was on a 9-game win streak with Cho'Gath, and I was like on a 6-game win streak, ranked matches with Vi, and we decided that it's all the positive attitude. We had so many good comebacks, and it's all because of that. Here you can see they try to fight us under the tower. I have so much CC, it's just not a good move for them. I'm not going to chase anybody in this instance because we're not really in a good situation to fight at all, especially with just me and him under the tower, but I'll pop back there, see if I can't get this Orianna to take some hits she doesn't want to, and try to get out of there before Malphite's little rocky roll thing can absolutely devastate me. But you know, with their health being so low, I know I'm more tanky than them. Maybe I can get one of them to pick up a tower hit, and with Leona coming in, that's the difference right there. That is the difference. Immediately, a fight that we should have been losing turns into a fight that we are doing a little bit better in, and we picked up Uter a kill. Now we should probably disengage from this immediately, but instead I go and ward and see if their blue is up, because you can never have too many blue buffs. Now you can see I'm straight Hunger Games. I'm the little crying boy on fire. Worst reference ever. I'll work on it. That Sunfire Cape does a ton of extra damage for around you. I mean, you can't beat an AoE on an AoE on an AoE. That's just doing a lot of extra damage, and there's items that complement those kind of things. I think Leandra's Torment has a feature where if you do damage to them, it does a damage over time effect. So right now I have a red buff, I have an active AoE that I can use, and I have the Sunfire Cape. You add the Leandra's Torment onto that, and keep in mind those are all different passives. And the next thing you know, you got a character who's doing a lot of AoE damage, especially because it scales. There you can see I grabbed the whole team with my ult. We split them up completely. Now we got Malphite beating on me and Ryze. Ryze is going to continue to do damage because he's the most tanky AP character in the entire game. Here, Trundle gets away, but at the same time, that bandage toss, I have a chance of grabbing her regardless. So, I get slowed up, but with Uter there, not a big deal. I don't waste anything. Don't have any mana to waste anyways, and just pop a little AoE on top of her. Amumu's joke is we should be friends, or let's be friends, or something like that. That's a real good method to play with him by. I run along people so much sometimes. Just turn my AoE on, sit there, and take the ride. They're not going to try and hit you because you're too damn tanky, and plus they don't want to get caught in any of the moves you have, and you're just doing damage the whole time. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it does more damage based on the other champion's health too, so you just absolutely melt tanky characters. And again, when you set up those items the way that it's meant to be set up, you can't beat that. There you can see I tried to fall back a little bit and help out Leona with some of the hits. I was thinking maybe I could stop one of Ash's skill shots from hitting that one right there, the volley, but all that ends up doing is convincing Uter that I'm trying to go in, and once again they run underneath this tower and just completely forget the fact that there's an Amumu on the team. Uter's not getting any less tanky either, and this Malphite just decided, you know what, I'm going in. So we give him another hit. There goes the Ashe ult, and not the best situation, but we get Ryze back there. He's tanky enough to hold it down. Pick up the Glacial that lowers my cooldown reduction even more, and now my bandage is just on pretty much auto. It's going to be on cooldown the whole time, or not on cooldown, excuse me. But get all that done, and we get back out there. Try and track down a Leona here. My bandage is going to miss, obviously, but throw it out there just on the hopes that maybe she'd turn around. The next thing you know, we get a free kill. Keep in mind, this is one of my slower games with Amumu. I actually have another video that I can post up later. I think I go like 7-1 with him or something like that. It's just silly, but this is a little more realistic look. This is going to be your role most times with Amumu. You're going to be a CC, tank, crowd control, and the whole other team, trying to separate people. Get a lot of buff control. Make sure that you're an AoE terror. Here is just served up on a plate. That ult. Add in a little bit of that Leona goodness. Yeah, now we're just making Uter a beast. And like I said, I can tank about 10,000 tower hits underneath that tower, so why not take Trundle with him? What goes good with an enemy champion? Another enemy champion, that's who. pick up you to the triple because he's absolutely taking all of my kills, but at the same time, you know what? Having him fed is not a bad thing. And I don't have a chance at all of taking the tower and the Malphite, so hop out of there real quick, let Rise pick up the ace. And since we got the tower, I decided it's a good time to disengage. They go up, they get another tower though, and they push on and keep pushing. So after the inhibitor's down, you can see the game just took a big turn here. Sorry, my mic dipped out there. I was saying that this is exactly what you want in a ranked game for sure. So with that inhibitor down, we go back in and we got them pretty shook there. I managed to get past everything and get that Ashe locked down, which is exactly what you want. That's why I love to play Vi so much. If you guys couldn't tell, I main Vi almost the whole time. And she thinks she's getting away. I don't know why she stopped into the tower like that was going to stop me. And I go in and start padding some stats a little bit. Let's get some endgame kills. So you can see at this point, they're all dead. We're going in, we're taking out towers. I'm slowly, with Leona, beating this inhibitor down. Got an army of minions behind us and pretty much secure the win here. So stay tuned after the victory screen here, and you guys can see some masteries that I have laid out for you if you need some sort of basis for that. And hope you just have a slightly better idea of why Amumu is banned all the time. That ult, grabbing the whole team and stopping them, that throws everybody off. Add in that bandage toss and you become a force to be reckoned with. So, hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you do, like, and if you'd want to see more, subscribe. I put out videos for a week is what I try to do. Thank you.